Let me introduce Clash of the Titans, the 1981 fantasy epic where gods, monsters and mortals filled the screen. Even today, Ray Harryhausen's mythic masterpiece is still an impressive spectacle, blending Greek mythology with the now iconic stop-motion animation. The cast combined rising stars with already established giants of the screen. A young Harry Hamlin, long before his days in Ellie Law, played the hero Perseus. Judi Bowker, known to all British school children of the age for her role in the kids' TV classic serial Black Beauty, portrayed Princess Andromeda. Laurence Olivier lent suitable gravitas as Zeus, king of the gods, while Maggie Smith embodied the sea goddess Thetis in ways that the Dowager Countess of Grantham would have been shocked at. Claire Bloom, Ursula Andress and Burgess Meredith were key cast members, with supporting roles going to Auf Wiedersehen pet strongman Pat Roach as Hephaestus. Roach would have a footnote in cinema history as appearing in the first 3 Indiana Jones movies in different roles. Flora Robson was one of the Stygian witches and Neil McCarthy was Calibos, the cursed prince. So the story is loosely based on Greek mythology, with Perseus, the son of Zeus, embarking on a perilous quest to win the hand of the Princess Andromeda. His trials include slaying Medusa to obtain her head, taming Pegasus, the winged horse, and ultimately defeating the Kraken, a monstrous sea creature unleashed by Thetis. Along the way, he navigates divine politics, mortal peril, and mythic trials. It's the classic hero's journey, a young man tested by gods and monsters, armed with courage, wit, and a few magical gifts. The movie was released in the long ago summer of 1981, to the backdrop of the royal wedding of Charles and Diana and the launch of the IBM personal computer. Clash of the Titans was directed by Desmond Davis, who was already an established figure in British film and television. His origins as a director were in military service with the British Army Film and Photographic Unit at the end of the Second World War. I love that he subsequently worked as clapper loader on the legendary Africa Queen, starring Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. If you don't know what a clapper loader is, look it up. You won't be disappointed. The screenplay was written by Beverley, who clearly enjoyed ancient world building, also drafting the screenplays for Jason and the Argonauts, Genghis Khan, The Long Ships, and had a hand in scripting Laurence of Arabia. The movie was produced by Ray Harryhausen and long-term working partner Charles Schneer. With a budget of around $15 million, it returned $41 million at the US box office alone, but of course will have made a fortune since that initial release. More than numbers though, it marked the final chapter in Harryhausen's legendary career. By the time he reached this film in 1981, he'd already defined the look of cinematic myth. While Jason and the Argonauts showcased his artistry earlier in his career, Clash of the Titans was his grand finale, a culmination of 4 decades of innovation, a swan song for the man who brought monsters to life. This movie holds a special place in fantasy cinema. As I mentioned, it was Ray Harryhausen's final film, and his stop-motion creatures are instantly recognisable to those of us of a certain age even today. The Medusa sequence in particular is often cited as one of the most terrifying and inventive moments in fantasy film history. Beyond the effects, the movie embraced the grandeur and strangeness of Greek mythology, and this lends it a kind of a timeless charm. It stands alongside other classics such as The Golden Voyage of Sinbad that helped define the sword and sandal fantasy genre. Its influence has reached far beyond the 1980s, inspiring filmmakers such as Tim Burton and Guillermo del Toro, who credit Harryhausen's creatures as formative to their own imaginations. At the time of its release, critics were divided on The Clash of the Titans. Some found the acting uneven, the pacing old-fashioned, while others praised its ambition. But over the decades, audiences have embraced its charm, and today Clash of the Titans holds a 6.9 rating on IMDb and a 68% score on Rotten Tomatoes. More importantly, it's celebrated as a cult classic, a film that defined mythic adventure for a generation. Its practical effects may look retro, but they carry a sense of artistry and imagination that CGI often struggles to match. If you love mythological tales and retro effects don't faze you, and you can allow yourself just to let go with the story, this film delivers. It certainly is a visual feast and a nostalgic journey all at once, and let's not underestimate the benefits of nostalgia. For fans of fantasy classics like Excalibur or Sinbad, Clash of the Titans is a reminder of how timeless stories can be when told well. I hope you enjoyed the review, but more importantly, I hope you have a great experience watching the movie. And don't forget to let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And of course, if you want more over the years at the cinema, then hit the subscribe button. Thank you.